Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles, the elders. Salutations to you, sincere brothers, teaching in truth and in sincerity. This lesson will be entitled Israelite Foreigner. What you are looking at is a picture of Patrick Mahomes, okay? And he's the quarterback of the Kansas City Chiefs. He has a daughter. And if you remove Patrick, this Israelite, and just seen a picture of this baby, you would think she was an Edomite. Look at the complexion of her skin, look at her eyes and her hair. However, she is an Israelite based on the lineage of her father, the seed of her father. All right? The seed of the father dictates the nationality. And therefore, we have the concept of the Israelite foreigner. Deuteronomy 28:15, but it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord Yahweh, thy power, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses, indignation, which means what? Righteous anger shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Let's go to verse 25. The Lord Yahweh shall cause thee to be smitten before thy enemies. Thou shalt go out one way against them, and flee 7 ways before them, and shalt be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth. And because of this scattering, what happened? We procreated with these heathen women, all right? And now you have the concept of the Israelite foreigner, all right? Because you had at times where our kids, when they were born, looked like their mothers, looking like these other nations, okay? And case in point, Patrick Mahomes' daughter. Let's jump down to verse 64. And the Lord Yahweh shall scatter thee among all people. And because of this scattering, we have the concept of the Israelite foreigner. From one end of the earth even unto the other, literal. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy father have known, even wood and stone. Isaiah 11:10, and in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, referring to Yahushua, which shall stand for an ensign of the people. To it shall the Gentiles seek, Israelites, and his rest shall be glorious. Right. Verse 11, and it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, and from Egypt, and from Pathros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hamath, and from the islands of the sea. All right. And best believe you're going to have Israelites looking like Assyrians, looking like Egyptians, looking like they came from Cush and Elam and etc. Okay. Let's go to Acts 2:7. Now, this account is when the apostles received the Holy Spirit, all right, and they were able to communicate the word in various languages because of the Holy Spirit. Let's start at Acts 2:7. And they were all amazed and marveled, saying one to another, behold, are not all these which speak Galileans? And how hear we every man in our own tongue wherein we were born, Parthenians and Medes and Elamites, and the dwellers in Mesopotamia and in Judea and Cappadocia and Pontus in Asia, Phrygia and Pamphylia, in Egypt, and in the parts of Libya, about Cyrene, and strangers of Rome, Jews and proselytes, Cretes and Arabians, we do hear them speak in our tongues the wonderful works of the Most High, and best believe these Israelites, okay, procreated with these women of these other nations, okay, in certain cases. And therefore, because of this procreation or this union with heathen women, all right, their kids, all right, could have looked like these other nations. And that's why you have the concept of the Israelite foreigner. Let's go to Revelation 7 and verse 9. After this, I beheld, and lo, a great multitude, Israelites, which no man could number, of all nations, Israelites, and kindreds, and people, and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands. And only the elect of Israel can receive white robes and palms in their hands. Okay. And best believe you have Israelites looking like these other nations. All right. This multitude, because of the concept of the Israelite foreigner. Let's go to Exodus 2 and I want to say 21. And Moses was content to dwell with the man, and he gave Moses Zipporah, his daughter. Now, Zipporah was what? She was an Ethiopian, okay? And she bare him a son and called his name Gershom in the Hebrew, which means what? Stranger / foreigner. For he said, I have been a stranger in a strange land. Now, when Moses, all right, had his son Gershom, who's to say that he did not take out his mom and look like an Ethiopian? We don't know, but you can qualify this theory because of the concept of the Israelite foreigner. Lord, will you edify? Shalom.